Less than a week after Tropical Storm Debbie ripped through the southeast, there's a new storm nearing hurricane strength. Giving you a live look right now at radar as Tropical Storm Ernesto moves over the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. It is expected to become a hurricane later today. We're going to check in with Jonathan on the storm's track and potential impact in just a moment. But first, Annie joins us with preparations that are already underway.
Here we go again. Back to back. We just got through Hurricane Debbie and now we're watching Ernesto. A hurricane watch and tropical storm warnings are in effect right now for the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, as well as Puerto Rico and other parts of the Caribbean. And the latest outlook shows Puerto Rico and the Bahamas, which of course are both really popular tourist spots for Americans, they are expected to get up to 10 inches of rain in places before Ernesto moves past the area. Now, over the past 24 hours, look at this. We've seen people, of course, there preparing long lines at gas stations, crews clearing out drainage areas, all in preparation of high winds and flooding. The storm could also create dangerous rip currents hundreds of miles away on the eastern U.S. coast, in the Bahamas and parts of the Caribbean into early next week. And I want to bring in Jonathan right now. It looks like a new update from the Hurricane Center just came out about an hour ago.
Yeah, at 5 a.m.
But when I talk about Puerto Rico, in 2017, Hurricane Maria,
devastated the island.
The island, and they're still rebuilding from that.
They're still rebuilding. Thankfully, this is not a hit like Maria. I mean, that was like Cat 5 direct hit. So this is a tropical storm and just north of Puerto Rico. So it's some rain, it's some wind, but it's not the devastation that they saw there. And thankfully, it looks like they're faring fairly well, as now this isn't stalling, it's not stopping, it's moving. So the good news is moving away from Puerto Rico as of the 5 a.m. advisory, winds still at 70 miles an hour, which makes Ernesto still a tropical storm. Now, the kind of double-edged sword here is that although Puerto Rico does not as bad out of this, Bermuda probably does a lot worse. Could be a Category 2 or Category 3 hurricane by mid-weekend as they get their impacts. Right now, the satellite and radar together showing us the main thrust of the rain of the southeastern side of the storm, and you probably have heard me talk about the fact that the eastern side of the storm is worst, so you can really see, again, all the flood warnings, and there's some pretty good wind going on right now from San Juan eastbound. We do have flood watches, flood warnings, as well as even some tropical storm watches and tropical storm warnings, hurricane warnings out for this. An additional ½ inch to an inch of rain right around San Juan, and then south of that against the mountains could see an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain on top of what we've already seen, and there's been several hours of rain ongoing. Now, you can see here again the cluster of tracks, very tightly clustered right around or over Bermuda as we head into the weekend and early next week. And I wanted to show you, this is our latest computer modeling of the storm as it makes the move north. This is our wind field. Pretty big, monstrous storm, 90 to 100 mile an hour plus winds moving through Bermuda and eventually up towards the Canadian Maritimes. What you notice for us, though, it's going to be far offshore, but even that can pile up lots of water and then push it toward our coastline. So the Delaware and Maryland beaches this weekend could have some pretty good rip currents lasting all the way into next week, as well as some very high surf. So that'll be our localized impact here. All right, we got some rain and storms on the way for us. I'm breaking down that chance coming up in a couple of minutes.